When you think you haven't figured out, are you ever really sure? All the things that you should never doubt.
I'm a third-year student here at DU. I'm also a co-chair of Project Volunteer. And Project Volunteer is a committee dedicated to organizing these one-day events for the whole campus, so we're really excited. And we hope that you are too. So in the next hour, our goal is to provide you with detailed information about the flow of the day, as well as provide you with some tools and skills that you will need to better prepare you for your role as a volunteer. I do ask that you hold any questions that you may have till the end so that we can address them at that time. So if something pops up, make sure you jot it down off to the side and we'll be sure to answer that. But before we do that, I'd like to get some introductions underway. So here we have Alicia.
Hi, my name is Alicia Carter. I'm the co-president of Youth Service and Change. I'm a third-year student, international studies major, and I'd like to introduce Maria.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a senior, and I'm the other co-president, Jess. And I've been emailing this time.
So, Youth Service and Change, for those of you who don't know, is a student-led organization on campus. Our goal is to connect students, faculty, the DU community to the community of Denver too, and further greater public good. So it's all about that public good and all about service and community engagement, which brings us to the Center for Community Engagement and Service Learning and our advisor, Ryan Hanchen, who is going to introduce the Center for Multicultural Excellence and the Diversity Summit and what it's all about. So, will you join me?
Woo!
All right. Well, I'm here with a few different hats on. I am proud to be working with Cecil, the Center for Community Engagement and Service Learning on campus. Who's familiar with Cecil? Quick show of hands. Excellent. Also as an advisor to DUST, the Youth Service and Change student organization. And I'm happy to quickly cover CME as well, Center for Multicultural Excellence. Who's familiar with the center on campus? Great. Excellent. And the Center for Multicultural Excellence really focuses on advancing inclusive excellence on campus. They do that in a number of different ways, whether that's working with student programs, whether that's working with college access. We're really making sure that we're able to increase the presence of historically underrepresented populations on campus in every way, whether that's student body, whether that's faculty, whether that's staff, but making sure that our campus is a supportive and welcoming and challenging environment for those who are committed to inclusive excellence work, and that we're really able to make transformational change on campus. And I'd love to introduce Katrina, who's going to talk a little bit about the Diversity Summit coming up this week.
Hi, my name is Katrina Yoshida, and I'm a third year here at DU. And this year is the 12th Annual Diversity Summit. And as you've noticed in the past 2 years, it's grown. Last year it was a day and a half, and this year it's turned out to be 3 days. So the Diversity Summit is this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You all are helping out with the Saturday event and hopefully going to some parts of the Thursday and Friday events. This year we really wanted to have an action component to the Diversity Summit, so therefore we've had the Day of Action, which we're actually putting what we talk about here at DU, what the diversity teaches upon, what we discuss upon the Diversity Summit into action on the Saturday event, and this is why we're bringing Munroe Elementary School to DU. If you still want to sign up for the Diversity Summit, you can, and I would suggest you, if you want to, you should. So, yeah.
And next we're going to bring up two folks who are here from Munroe Elementary and who really begin to kick this off. The first is Julio, and he is a kindergarten teacher at Munroe Elementary, also a proud alumni of the University of Denver. And he really kickstarted this whole process and really contacted, I think it was Anthea at the Center for Multicultural Excellence, and really said, hey, what would be the most amazing thing if we had a college visit to the University of Denver with students and families from Munroe Elementary. So I'd love to invite up Julio and Jess, who are both faculty at Munroe Elementary, to share a little bit more about the culture, a little bit of background Munroe Elementary.
Well, thank you. Well, first off, I want to start off by thanking all of you for taking the initiative to sign up and show up tonight and take the time out of your days to then participate on Saturday for this amazing event. You know, we truly believe that this is going to be so inspirational and even life-changing for a lot of the students that you're going to be interacting with that day. So really thank you for that. So like Ryan said, my name is Julio Alas, and I am currently a kindergarten ELA S teacher at Munroe Elementary. So basically what that means is that I primarily teach in Spanish to the kindergarten students. And this is my colleague, Jessica. Introduce yourself.
I'm Jessica Marcon. I teach early childhood education, that's basically pre-kindergarten, and I teach both English and Spanish.
And so why we're here today is to give you a little bit of an idea of who you're going to be working with on Saturday, as well as why we're doing this event. So just to give you an idea, Munroe Elementary School is located in the Westwood neighborhood, kind of around Federal and Alameda. For this academic year, we're serving 643 students. Out of that, about 365 community members from Munroe, so students, teachers, and faculty and parents will be attending on this day. And just to give you more of an idea of who these kids are, Munroe Elementary is really one of the highest impacted schools in DPS right now, in the elementary schools. And what that means is right now we're serving the most number of English language learners, 450 to be exact. 98% of the students that we serve are receiving free and reduced lunch, which means a lot of the students are coming from a lower income and basically living below the poverty line. And what we wanted to do with this trip is really show the kids what does it mean to go to college. As Jess is going to talk to you a little bit about why we're doing this, I just want to kind of give you that idea of where we're coming from and who we are. And a lot of what we find with our families is that they really want their students to go to college. They really hope that they get there, but the how is what's missing. Oftentimes our students are first-generation college students, or their parents are immigrants and weren't able to go to college, but they still have that hope. So it's definitely something important to keep in mind. But the reason for this is to really let them see how it is that they will be able to attain that for their children. So I'm going to hand it over to Jess, just to give you an idea as to why we started this project.
So basically it started kind of in October. There was a Wear Your College Gear to School Day. And so we all had our stuff on, and then during lunch we were talking about why don't our kids go to college, and what is it about this population, and what are the factors, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that we kind of came up with is that a lot of them just kind of don't have that exposure to college. They're not talked to about college. They don't even know what it is. You try to explain, it's a school for big kids, and they don't know. So we were talking about, especially with my 4 and 5-year-olds and then the 5 to 6, it's just so abstract. And so I shared with them how when I was in college, they did an event where they brought local kids to the school, and I volunteered, and I took them around, gave them a tour, and went to presentations and things, and did that a few other times. And then the kids were like, wow, this is cool, this is what college is, I want to go to college. And so that kind of just, they can see it and they know what it is, and then they have that idea in their mind. And I know it seems silly to like talk to a 4-year-old, like, you better start preparing for college, and you better learn to talk. But like, if you know anything about DPS and kind of graduation rates and that kind of thing, like you have to start young. If you start talking to them in high school, it's kind of too late. And so what we want to do then is to get the kids excited and show them this is what it is, this is what you're going to work towards, and that helps give them motivation. You know, if in 6th grade they're not really feeling their chemistry, or you know, early 8th grade they don't really want to take biology, you know, like, oh, I remember when I was little and I went to college and that's what I want to do and I want to go back there, so I'm going to work hard now. And like Julio said also, kind of help showing the parents, like, this is what college is, this is what your kid is working towards, and so helping the parents also work to keeping their kids motivated.
And so that's why you are all going to be a crucial part of that day to really talk to the students and to the parents about what your experiences are about being in college and what they can start doing now, even from 5, 6 years old all the way up to 10, what they can do to really be prepared to go to college. So thank you again for taking the time to be a part of such an amazing event. We're going to be here till the end in case you have any more questions. So I'd like to hand it over to the next person, and thank you all very much.
Okay, so as a volunteer, your role is super important in the success of this day. And I just want to make sure like everyone gets to know each other a little bit better. So we're going to just go around the room and then just say your role on DU's campus. So like on Friday at our orientation, we had faculty, we had alumni, we had undergrads, we had grad students. So just say, your role on campus, good song, and your name, and then maybe your major too. So we can start right up front.
My name is Manny Ceballos. I'm actually graduated in 2008 with a bachelor's in journalism. Right now I am the president of the DU Latino Alumni Association, and we're actually also helping with volunteers on Saturday. So.
My name is Cindy Mann. I graduated with my Master's in Education in 2011.
And then you know them.
How you doing? I'm Sergio Juarez. I'm a first-year PhD in Communication Studies.
Hi, I'm Netta. I am first year and I'm studying ITS, International Studies, and Religious Studies.
Hi, my name is Maria Corral, and I graduated in 2013, so I'm an alumni, and I graduated with a degree in Law and Society.
I'm Bianca. I'm a first year undergrad, and I'm an environmental science major.
Hi, I'm Kishan. I'm a first year student, undergraduation, and business major.
Hi, I'm Heather Kraft. I'm a freshman, and I'm a Spanish and art double major.
I'm Grace Connor. I'm a molecular biology major and I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Michaela Diamond. I'm a second year student majoring in accounting and hopefully in Spanish.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Mendenhall. I'm a sophomore and I'm majoring in international studies and Spanish.
Hi, I'm Nereida and I'm a first year, currently a double major in biology and psychology.
I'm Stephanie Flores. I'm a senior in molecular biology.
Hi, I'm Sarah Schaefer, and I'm getting a master's in higher education.
I'm Brendan Perry. I just graduated this past quarter, and I got a BA, whatever, in political science and Spanish.
My name is Alyssa. I'm a second year, and I'm a Spanish major.
My name is Maren. I'm a second year, and I'm majoring in psychology.
Hello, my name is Leo Mohammed. I'm a third year undergrad, majoring in biology.
I'm Daniel Rosenblum. I'm a finance major senior.
Hi, I'm Mikhaltis Miriam. I'm a first year finance major.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm a junior and I'm majoring in finance and international business.
I'm Zach Atwood. I'm majoring in marketing and I am a junior.
Hi, I'm Allie. I'm a senior majoring in finance.
Okay, thank you. And Maria's going to take you through your volunteer partnerships on Saturday and then a little activity. So after she just lists off all your name, you'll get with your group and do that together.
All right, so as volunteers, you guys will be working very closely together. So we want you to meet tonight and kind of get to know each other. So if you've probably noticed, you're divided into groups if you're a group guy. Some of you are just set up a crew or lunch crew, so we'll get you guys together.
And the first thing that you find true is the last thing on your mind. I don't know if I will, 'cause there's not much left for food. Others wait until, but it seems there has to be a reason to finally see.
Awesome, so glad you guys got to meet each other, and do keep in mind that another team member may be joining you the day of, depending on just scheduling conflicts, cancellations, what have you. So do be prepared to welcome someone else into your group. So in your packets, if everyone will go ahead and take out the volunteer schedule tailored just for you. Katrina and I are going to kind of go through it quickly so that you know exactly what's going to be happening when, and to get a better idea of the day as a whole and your role in it. So to begin with, is anyone here doing setup in the morning? Awesome. Well, for you guys, sorry, Katrina will be there to crack it on. Setup crew. We'll meet Emily. Emily is right back there in front of Sturm at 7 a.m. and check in with her. Setup crew, you guys will be putting up signs, setting up decorations, maybe a balloon arch, we'll see. You will also be helping with setting up the lawn where the department presentations will be taking place. as well as Davis Auditorium. So once you check in with Emily, she will assign you a task to complete. And following that at 8:25, please note that this group photo is only for the setup crew. Everyone else will have other group photos throughout the day. So do note on there that at 8:25, that group photo is for the setup crew before you guys take off. And Katrina has a special request for setup crew.
I do. So around 8:45, the buses from Munroe Elementary School will be arriving at DU. And I would like to see like setup crew being there cheering everybody like on as they're getting off the bus, giving them high fives, just really welcoming them to the University of Denver, making sure we're kind of just welcoming, or just creating a welcoming environment from the get-go. And so if you could stay maybe a little bit longer, just to welcome everybody, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to Campus Guide Shift 1. So how many guys are there right off the bat in the morning? Great. So you guys will be checking in at 8:15 a.m. with Emily again in front of STERM. And at this point, you will receive a map of the department presentations in general, as well as specifics of where you will be taking your group. You will also be receiving your finalized group assignment, name tag, t-shirt, and we will have breakfast out there for you guys as well. Right after that, between 8:30 and 8:50, it is really, really important that all campus guides are in Davis by 8:50. What Davis is going to look like is that the rows are going to be assigned to an animal. So all students from Munroe are broken up into 20 groups. Each group is assigned an animal. And volunteers, you'll be carrying a beautiful little stake around to guide them along as well. So once you find your partners and you've had breakfast and you're ready to go, by 8:50, please be inside Davis next to your row and kind of help students as they come in, usher them to their proper row, have them sit down, introduce yourself, start making those connections right off the bat. That would be great. And that takes us right into our welcome, which will begin at 9 a.m. And Katrina can offer us more details about that.
So at 9 a.m. we're going to have hopefully everyone from Munroe Elementary School will be in Davis Auditorium. And as they're entering, I would like for all of the guys to begin cheering on everybody, making those connections, really welcoming them to the University of Denver. I'm going to reiterate that so many stupid times. Because we want to make sure that they know that they can go to college. There is a phrase that Munroe Elementary School has been using with their students, and it's college, for certain. And we want to just reiterate that for the whole entire day. So I guess we can...
Yeah, we can practice. It's kind of like a call and response. So you can use, this is kind of like a little tool you can use if you need to get their attention. They've been practicing this endlessly, I assume, yeah? So they will know what to respond. All you have to say is college, and they'll respond for certain. All right, let's try one more time.
Energy. College for certain.
Lovely. Yep. So you can use that throughout the day, and they will know what to do for that.
So during our welcome, we will have a welcome from Julio. We'll have a welcome from Bernard McEwen, the Executive Director of College and Career Readiness. We also have the Instructional Superintendent, Ivan Durant, coming as well. And then we'll have a presentation also by CME. So just again, making sure that you're, if the kids are talking, you remind them to be super. Because that's another phrase that they've been using during throughout the whole entire school year. Just remind them to be super, or we're listening or anything like that. And so after that, we're going to move into the department presentations.
Let's talk about dismissal from the welcome. Anthea Johnson, right? Anthea Johnson, she will be dismissing you by animal group. So just be mindful if you see a little bit of clutter on that door, go the other way, kind of just to start emptying Davis. Davis will be absolutely packed. So just be really, really aware of flow and movement and how to keep your group together, etc. So that will happen right after our welcome. And at that point you will know which presentation to go to and where that presentation is located out on Driscoll Green.
And so when we get out to Driscoll Green, if it's not raining, if it's not really cold, we will be out in Driscoll Green, and we're going to have 4 sessions or 4, rotations of presentations, which they're going to be by different departments, programs, and student organizations on this campus. And so, for example, one of those presentations might be the science department, wrapping up little like objects in clay and having the students probe them and try to see without their eyes, and kind of explain that the whole reason behind these department presentations is so that the students can understand like what you do in college, what you can study in college. Many of them don't know that you can study Spanish in college. Many of them don't know you can study music in college. And remember that we're working with kids, and they're not always going to know what the term like majoring is. That you might be able to say like you can grow up and become a doctor, or you can grow up and become a movie star, or you can study this, or you can you just focus on just words that are more relatable, age appropriate. There we go. So yeah. And there's 4 sessions of those. Sorry, I should go on. 4 sessions, 20-minute demonstration, about 10 minutes of questions if they have any questions, and then it'll be a 10-minute time of rotation period. And at that time, there'll be someone on a megaphone saying, "It is time to rotate." So you do not have to worry at all about when to rotate. You don't have to watch your clock or anything. All you have to do is be listening for someone to say it's time to rotate.
Great, so that takes us down to the middle of the second page. So at 12:20 p.m., we plan on taking a huge group photo with everyone out on the Sturm Law steps. So after your last presentation, a demonstration at 12:15, start guiding your group towards the back area of Driscoll Green, right in front of the Sturm Law, and we will take a photo there at that time. Do I have anyone here on lunch crew? Great. Well, you guys, if you haven't checked in already, you will check in at 11:30 with Emily again. Emily will be in front of Sturm all day, ready to check you in. And at that point, you will receive a t-shirt, name tag, and your assignment. From 11:40 to 12:25, lunch crew setup will take place, and lunch is from 12:30 to 1:10 p.m. And following that will be lunch crew cleanup. And is anyone in here checking in at 12:30 for the second shift? All right, so again, check in with Emily. And at that point, you'll receive t-shirts, assignments, and what will be happening at this time is the kids will be having lunch. So you will join them in while they're having lunch, and whoever needs to go can go or come, etc. So do check in with Emily. After lunch, the kids will be taking a residence hall tour. You will know which one to go to as well in your packet when you check in.
And a couple of things about lunch. This is kind of an important time. We are splitting up the parents and the students during this time. So the parents will have their own session about financial aid, about admissions, about if they want to go back to school, like how to do that. And then you will be sitting on the green, hopefully, for just discussing with the students what college is all about. Again, like this whole college for certain is kind of having this it's understanding what this big idea of college is and putting it in more tangible terms. So I babysit a 2nd and 5th grader, and they're always asking me about college. They're asking me do I go to lacrosse games? Do I, what do I eat? Do I make my own food? What kind of classes do I take? Do I have to take math classes when I'm in college? And so I'm expecting that the students will probably be asking you questions like, do you see your mom? How do you live with another person? How do you do that? And be open to also if there isn't any conversation going on, feel free to ask questions. We have a little sheet for you to use if you get stuck on any questions, but feel free to go on what the flow of the group is, and just asking any of those questions that, like, what do you want to be when you grow up, or what do you think college about? How is DU compared to Munroe Elementary School? What is the classrooms like in Munroe compared to here at DU? So just be asking those kind of questions.
Be prepared to be creative and just kind of adapt to your group dynamic. You will be working with kids from pre-K all the way up to 5th grade, so you may need to tailor your conversations depending on the age. So don't be afraid to just be creative with that, and they really want to get to know you, and lunch is going to be the perfect time to make those connections with Munroe students. So following the residence hall tours at 2:10, everyone is going to be returning to Davis for a closing ceremony, where there will be evaluations, giveaways, thank yous, etc. What we do ask at 2:30 p.m. after students depart is that all volunteers move to the front of Davis for a quick debrief that we are going to have, and also our group photo. We love group photos. And so please, 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 we highly encourage you to stay. This is the first year that we hold an event like this, and any and all feedback will be greatly appreciated. You will be going through the day, and you'll be able to tell us what worked, what didn't work, what you think would work better, etc. So it is really important that all volunteers do stay after the closing ceremony. And the last thing I'd like to address is the takedown crew check-in. If you are just signed up for takedown, do check in again with Emily at 2:30 right outside of Sturm, and you will receive your assignment at that time.
And just one more thing, we will have an info desk sitting outside, like the green in that Sturm area right there. So if you have any questions that come up, you can either go talk to Emily, or you can go to whoever's at the info desk. Also, in your packets, you have some of our phone numbers. So if anything goes wrong, feel free to call us during the day. We will be running around. We are here to support you, make sure the day goes smoothly. So you call us if there's anything that's going wrong, or if you have any questions.
All coordinators will be wearing a lavender t-shirt, so if you see someone in a lavender t-shirt, don't hesitate to approach them. So that is the schedule. If you have any questions, write them down. We will get to them, I promise. But right now, I'd like to invite our wonderful advisor, Ryan, up again. He's going to talk a little bit about why we volunteer and public good as well. So, Ryan, the floor is yours.
College?
For certain.
College?
For certain.
College?
For certain.
Okay, y'all got it down. That's great. I want to take a minute and really thank everybody again for participating in the Diversity Summit Day of Action. This is a really big deal, and we're really excited to have everyone here. We know that you have a lot of priorities between school and work and social relationships, and there's a lot of things that are going on. We really appreciate your dedication to setting aside time to really make sure that we can have this great experience for Munroe students. Can anyone tell me what the University of Denver vision is? Yeah,
Private university for the public good.
Absolutely. Great private university dedicated to the public good. And that's what this Day of Action is really all about, right? This is really looking at creating systemic change and really making college access a much more practical, much more reachable goal for students whose parents may not have been to college, whose grandparents may not have been to college, right? This is really easing that transition and making that a very reachable goal for all of these students. And as you're thinking about that, really think about your journey to college, right? Everybody here went through a certain journey to get where you are right now. And thinking about when was the first time that you learned about college? Was that a parent that helped you along? Was that somebody at school? Was that a teacher? Thinking about the first time you visited a college campus. Where was that? Was it somewhere where you grew up? Was it somewhere you visited? But really putting yourself in the shoes of Munroe Elementary School students and really thinking about their expectations that they may have for a DU volunteer. And so we know that this will be really another part of a transformational experience for the youth. They've been here in college for certain all year long. They've really been excited, and they've really been amping up towards this visit. And we want to make sure it's a great experience for all the volunteers as well. And so as you came in, everyone got a little half sheet here that talked about some pre-service reflection questions. And so I want to take just a minute to go over those questions, but really encourage you to take some time between now and Saturday, sit down, find a nice quiet spot, and really think about some of these questions. Maybe you want to journal, maybe that's your thing. Maybe just typing a few thoughts. However you want to express your reflection, go for it. But we just really encourage everybody to really take that time. Some of these questions, right? Why are you choosing to be engaged in this Diversity Summit Day of Action? Right? Why do you engage in service? What is it about you? What speaks to your heart about this day, this event? Thinking about what goals and expectations you have for yourself. We've talked about the large picture of college access and really the outcomes we have for the whole day. What about you? What does success look like for you? Is that reaching out to a few specific students? Maybe getting them to come out of their shells. Maybe sharing a few specific stories that you have about your major, the classes that you're in. Really looking at defining success for yourself. And then I want to really encourage everybody to really keep reflection in mind throughout the entire day. And so as you're going through the day, really be thinking about your experience so far. Maybe at lunch, checking in with yourself. Are there 3 things that pop out that are really something that you're going to remember? Something that's challenged you, something that surprised you. Really be thinking about those things throughout the day. And then thinking about how it's challenged maybe some of your assumptions or some of your expectations. And thinking about that, thinking about the day of action on that deeper level. And really making sure that this experience is something that really sticks with you. And so we, again, please feel free to come back to these reflection questions up until Saturday. And then we also have a few more specific tools that will be more practical and really hands-on. So I'll invite Daisy back up to go over those specific tools. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, so in your packet you will also find this double-sided sheet with the English to Spanish guide, and on the back of that, the guided conversations for lunchtime. So the English to Spanish guide is just common phrases that you may find helpful as you guide students around campus. We're pretty sure that every team has someone that speaks some level of Spanish, so that should be covered, but if not, these phrases are pretty basic that you can refer to if needed. So that's one of the tools there for you. And like we've mentioned earlier, the guided conversation is in the back. Lunch will be a very important time and great time, like we said, for you to connect. So take time to look over this briefly, and again, don't be afraid to be creative and adapt to your group dynamic. So those are the 2 tools that we have there for you. And at this point, I would like to invite Julio and Ryan back up to take any questions that you guys may have for us about the schedule, your role, anything about Munroe, how to interact with the kids, what to expect, anything at all that you may have. Yes?
If you have any schedule, oh sorry.
Go ahead, Maria. Go ahead.
If you have any scheduling issues, you can come see me.
Awesome.
All right, so part of the 1232 tour is that we bring to the residence hall. Are we like giving the tour to them, or are we just kind of like walking them? That we tour right there, and then we walk with them?
So for residence hall, we're still working with each residence hall to see what's going to look like. So that's going to be like on the day of that you're going to more know that. I know that's kind of late. I am so sorry. But it pretty much is, I think there'll be someone who will be walking you around, and you'll be answering with any questions. Be like, I lived with a person that I didn't know who was from, Nebraska. And, like, oh, you're going to meet people from Nebraska? Like, I don't know. Like, you can, just throw in things like that. That's pretty much what you want. We're hoping that you get to show that you live on campus when you go to college, and you're away from your family and what that's like. But like, you can also live at home and like those kind of things too, but just kind of the experience of living in a residence hall. And what it's like also to have a dining hall, because there'll be a part where you go to the dining hall as well.
Yep, so all of these specific details will be in that packet you receive at check-in. So you will know exactly where to take them, for what, who to see. Everything will be in that packet for the day. But great question, thanks. Anyone else?
And feel free to
Sorry.
make those tours a little more personal, and say, oh, that's my favorite tree to study under right there, walking across the campus green, this is where I played badminton before, or I've done this activity with this student organization too. But really feel free to really paint a vivid picture of what college life has been like for you at DU.
Yes.
So with our student groups, will we have all those grades mixed, or will they be broken apart? Like I'll just have whatever.
You will have either like the pre-K, K, first and second, third and fourth. They'll be broken up. You'll have two groups. They'll be broken up, and each of the groups, like when you get your animal, once if you're like the Eagles, you will also, all the people that you are with, that you're like reading around, will have a little eagle on their name tag, so you will know where everybody is, ish, if you have their name tags. So yeah.
How many people are in each group?
There's approximately 18 people in each group.
And that's including, is that just Munroe students?
No, this is including the parents, the faculty, and staff. So I'm guessing there'll probably be around 8 to 10 kids, like elementary kids in each group. And yeah.
Yes.
What have you guys noticed, like, the general feeling towards this? Are they pretty excited? Like, are we gonna have to do a lot of yelling at them to get them excited?
They're very excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like cheer, like.
Hey, feel free to come up with a chant for your group team. Why not? That would work. Right?
No, actually, yeah, that's a good idea, because what we've been doing as a school is each week we've been trying to introduce, leading up to this, so we've done it for 2 weeks now, where we introduce the college for certain. What does that mean? And then talking about, well, when's your college graduation class going to be? So maybe you can discuss that with them, and the older kids will know, the younger kids might need a little bit of help, but that could be a great chant, like we're the college class of 2039 or whatever they are. And so yeah, they're very excited. Each class has created a banner too at school that we've all displayed, identifying what grade level and when they're graduating, and then that whole college for certain saying has really stuck with them. So they're very excited, especially because they're taking the effort to come out on a Saturday even. So yeah, we're very, very excited for this.
Great question. Thanks, Lexi. Any other questions that anyone has?
Will they be bringing their families, or just specifically the students? Because I know a lot of Munroe kids have kids, brothers and sisters that get nervous over traffic.
So what we're doing is we had to limit it down just to students who are attending the school. So if you have like a brother in 3rd grade and somebody in 5th grade, then they both would be going. But yeah, just because of logistics and how many people we would get in capacity, we had to really limit it to the students there. But that's definitely something to think about for the future, I think, because that's definitely a good point.
And just to kind of, Sarah, with your question, for the the kids that have brothers or sisters in other grade levels, the younger ones might be up with like their 5th grade older sister or something like that.
So we try to keep them together.
So specifically so that they can be with the parent or guardian, just because it's not going to be like a normal field trip where the teacher is kind of in charge. The parent is really expected to be in charge of their child, and so that way the teachers can be a part of the groups and just kind of have a different dynamic going on, and so that the parents can really experience this with their child.
Great. Yes.
So the parents will be like in the group of 18. So how much should we be trying to get engage with the parents, or should we be more focused with the kids?
I think both. A healthy balance between both would be great. For most of these parents did not attend college themselves, so this may be, your conversation with them might spark an interest and have them go back to college too. So don't be, it's not just the kids, it's the whole Munroe community that we are welcoming to DU. So perfect balance between both would be great. Yep, great question.
And like Daisy said, you really got to figure out that dynamic of your group. I mean, maybe, you're going to have about 3 or 4 volunteers in the group. So what if, certain people are kind of maybe doing some translating and talking to parents, or maybe it's both, or certain people are focusing on the kids. So I think it'll be nice to kind of see how you can balance that out and figure that out with your group on the day of.
Awesome. Anyone else? Yes, Caitlin.
So for the tours, are we going to specific sites and people are planning
So for the tours, you're gonna have a specific demonstration that you go to first. Are you talking about the tours for the demonstration or the campus tour? You're just going to the residence hall. So you're using JMAC, Nelson, and Nickel. So you'll be in one of those three. So we're just trying to get an easy location. So you'll be one of those three buildings, and then you'll be able to flood around in each group. We're trying to still work with the residence hall to see what they want to do. So that's that is a very fluid present section of the day. Yeah.
But for the demonstrations, the way they're going to work is using the demonstration presentation. The departments are going to come, we have student organizations department, so like Katrina said, the science department will be coming, and they'll be doing, something on the lawn, so they'll have their section, and they'll be doing play, and then prodding to find out, what's in, seeing without, or feeling without seeing kind of thing, and then we have athletics doing a soccer thing, so we'll be going to these demonstrations, and if there's no rain, they will be on the lawn, if there is, they will be inside Sim Hall, and they'll be in classrooms where they're close to each other, so you won't be going all around the circuit, it's a total maze. So it's going to be very organized, and there you'll get a map, you'll get a really detailed direction of where you're going and when. And most likely it'll be right next to each other, so you'll be going from one demonstration to the next, and it'll be very fluid.
Great. Anyone else have any other questions at this time? If you do have a question and don't want to ask it right now, we will be up here after we finish. But before we go, we do have a few giveaways, and Brian's going to go ahead and take the lead on that.
Yes, we have a few questions for all of you. Who can tell me how many years the Diversity Summit has been happening at DU? All right, excellent. Great job. And as a volunteer, where will you be checking in on Saturday? Durham. I thought I got first.
Stern, just green.
All right, excellent. Okay, and what is happening at 2:30 on Saturday? You can check your schedule if you need. Yeah. No, that's happening earlier in the day. 2:30 Saturday. Anybody?
Evaluations?
Yes. Yep, absolutely. So we'll be doing evaluations, and we'll be doing a volunteer debrief. So your feedback is super, super important then. What is the appropriate response to the call of college?
We're certain.
What is the University of Denver vision? Sarah?
Great university dedicated to public good.
What about DUSK? What does DUSK stand for? Yeah. All right, fantastic. And one last one. If you are a campus guide, what time are you checking in? 8:15. All right, beautiful. Thank you all so much.
Like no matter what?
You're a campus guide.
That would be shift 1, checks in at 8:15, shift 2 at 12:30. So once again, thank you so much. This day would not be possible without your help. So again, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please be sure to come see us. Also, be sure if you haven't visited the banner in the back, please take a moment to sign that. And please feel free to grab some food to snack on later. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all Saturday.
Thanks, everybody.
But it seems our hearts could be a reason to find us. I never wanted to be